Hey guys, it's Geordie_medium13 here. So I am back with the weekly reading. I know it's been a hot minute, but I have been quite busy and yeah, just it's been hectic and had a friend come up here and visit me, a couple actually. So yeah, it's been quite busy, but I am glad to be back with the weekly reading. And I've got my brother with me, Nathan, to join me for this week's weekly reading. We can discuss all things holidays, Christmas, all of it. So let's see what this week has in store for us all. So without further ado, do you want to kick us off with one of your cards?
Hello, Jordan. Thanks for having me on today.
No worries.
Thanks for your short introduction. Just before we start, I feel like we probably should have hit record on the last 5 minutes of that pre pre video. You want to tell the audience about your last 5 minutes, or shall I?
It's nothing to talk about. We just get straight into the weekly reading, which is what everyone is here for.
Okay. Maybe as you actually develop this, maybe you one day might have a bloopers reel, because I think the last 5 minutes would be great for people to see. Anyway, what card should I go with first? We'll go with the Shadow Healing. So I've done these before. They're Aboriginal original guidance cards. I haven't picked one for a while, actually. It's something that I always say when I come on here about these cards, I should pick them. Anyway, I've got two ones here. I've got a red one and a blue one. I don't know what they are. I sort of just had them face down. They did fall out of the deck, two of them, so we can reveal those now. Having a bit of trouble picking it up. The red one is Suffering. Suffering. Interesting that's red and blue too. Very powerful colors. Having some real trouble picking these cards up, Jordy. No editing here, all unfiltered, no editing. And this one is Defeated. So I'll read out Suffering first. Thinking that no one knows the pain you're enduring is just another form of self-pity. Every soul experiences pain. It's what we do with that pain that defines our future. Absolutely spot on.
Makes sense. You know, we all have gone through stuff. We all have a story to tell. We all have had a lot that has happened in our lives, and it's how we use that pain. It's how we use that to create our future. But also, I like to say that it doesn't define us, and it doesn't affect our future, because in reality, it doesn't. We've all changed and evolved and grown since whatever it was, or you know, you may still be in it. Who knows? But you'll still change, grow, and evolve. It doesn't define who you are. It doesn't make you. What makes you you at your core is the person that you are, and the growth and the beautifulness that is inside you. It's none of this pain and suffering, because that doesn't make us who we are. That is not who we are.
No, and also when people are in pain, they tend to numb their pain through the various substances that are out there today. It's about facing that pain, facing that darkness to then bring in that light, which is your light. It's through those dark, painful times where we learn the absolute most about ourselves.
We all have light and darkness within us. It's just a matter of which one is going to be more prominent, which one is going to show up more. And obviously, you want more of the light than the dark. But I also think to get to the light, you've also got to shine that light on some of that darkness to be able to move past it in any way, in what way, in what any way works for you.
And I feel feeling that pain too, and understanding where that's come from to move forward as well. Defeated. Down does not mean out. It just means taking a breather and rallying the energy to give it another go. Just do it differently next time, because the other way didn't work.
It's very much about reevaluating some of the things that may not be working for you, and working out what you can do to make that change. So if that way is not working for you, then it's obviously about finding another way, because there's many different ways to do something. It's just a matter of which one works for you.
Yeah, and also not being scared to make a mistake and being fearing of the failure. It's like, keep going, keep doing it, and it'll eventually work. You'll start seeing the results. I feel a lot of people out there in society today don't. They want the quick result, the quick fix, and once they don't have that, or they don't achieve that, or they don't get that, they just resort back to old ways.
Yeah, but it's also about finding what way works for you, because that way may not be working. It may have worked for the old version of you, but it's not working for the new version of you. So finding a new way of doing that same thing that actually is going to work, that you're actually going to get the benefits. So I'll jump in with one of my cards. So I've got one of my older.
Interesting themes for the week, though.
Definitely. I've got one of my older card decks here. So if you've been a valid follower of me, you would have seen that this is one of my very first card decks. It's my Angel card deck. Haven't used it for a while.
No, you haven't, actually.
But I definitely enjoy it.
Oh, hello.
This is definitely an interesting card. And especially with some of the energies that are around this week. So I mean, with Christmas is only tomorrow, and you know, I think a lot of people that are out there that are single, that are on their own, they a lot of them would be feeling lonely, that don't have a lot of family, or they're living further, like far away from family. It's so important to still find that connection and not sit in that loneliness, sit in that in those feelings, because really they're just feelings and emotions. Yeah, they're valid, but don't sit in it, because it's not going to make you feel any better. Go out, go to the beach, go for a walk in nature, do something that will make you feel like you.
We're pretty far away from family,
That is
and
true.
we're both single. So let's personalize this, Jordan. That card, what you just said, was us two. Be honest.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So this card is the Lovers card. So it's Archangel Raphael. It's about intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, and good health.
Card.
So from what I feel about this card, it's when it says intimate relationships, it's really about reevaluating those intimate relationships, working out what areas where you need to show up more for those people, what areas do you need to put more work in, and then also even with yourself too, you can totally relate this to yourself, what aren't you doing for yourself that you need to? What area of your self-love and self-worth are you not showing up for? And always carefully weigh your decisions, no matter what comes up this week, no matter what this week provides us. It's just a reminder to carefully weigh those decisions. And good health, well, it's always a nice reminder to continue to keep those good habits so we can continue that good health. So definitely an interesting week by the looks of it. A lot of the cards around the suffering and defeated, and then you've got the lovers card. So definitely interesting. If you want to jump in with your next card.
Yeah, I've got one from the Aboriginal Dreamtime deck. I just pulled one card from well, actually I didn't pull the card. The card fell out. They all fell out actually. That's that card deck there, Aboriginal Dreamtime. So this is the first I've seen of it. Insightful revelations. So from what I'm feeling, this card is there are some pretty insightful revelations coming for the week. Maybe that could be internally, could be externally. Someone or something or some feeling or whatever it is might bring itself, actually reveal itself to you in a way that you may not be expecting.
Yeah, the insightful revelations could be anything, it could be you could have a revelation about yourself, you could discover something new about yourself, you could discover something new about someone else, you could, it doesn't have to be bad. It could be a good thing. You could have this insightful revelation that brings you back to who you are, that helps you discover more about yourself, helps you even to discover more of what you love about someone else. So
Or yourself.
definitely, which is what I said. So it's definitely interesting, the insightful revelations. So I'll jump in here with my card from one of my favorite card decks, which is my Moonology manifestation card deck. I'll also read out the manifestation affirmation that goes with this card. So I like this card. So it's first quarter moon in Sagittarius, which is believe in your good luck, which I feel like
That's a nice card.
we all need to do more of, is believe in believe in us. I feel like this is a card to go back to that self-belief and really believing in who you are and what you do and all of that. Believe and trust. Trust is definitely a big thing, and it's definitely something that I've been working on a lot this week, that has just gone, is just trusting and believing in the universe, in myself, in others. And it's definitely important, to really believe in your good luck. Everything, you can make anything happen, anything happen. You can really make whatever you want out of life. It doesn't matter what it is, you can really draw that in and bring that in. So it's really believing that you can do that, which is going to help to bring more good luck and good fortune in. So definitely an interesting card. I'll get to the manifestation affirmation for this card, which is energies of the first quarter moon in Sagittarius. Thank you for showing me that life is an adventure. So it's also about, yeah, finding that adventure in life, going out, doing new things, getting out of your comfort zone, meeting new people, all of that. So believe in that good luck and that good fortune, believe in yourself to allow that in.
Well said. Beautiful card, actually, too.
Definitely is.
So I've got Nature's Spirit, which is this card deck here. Ripper card deck, this. Card 1 is what needs to be healed. Card 2 is how to heal the blockage, and card 3 is future outcome. So these 3 cards fell out of the deck. So they both wanted to turn over at the same time. Peace Pipe, Dream Traveler, and Walking in Beauty. So we'll go off the Peace Pipe first. So the Peace Pipe is what needs to be healed. So such a beautiful card, isn't it? The Peace Pipe. What are you feeling from that card, Geordie?
It's about finding that peace within. That's relate it back to how it's something that needs to be healed. So it's finding that peace within, finding that inner peace, because we all have a voice in our heads that can tell us that we're wrong or that we're doing something wrong, or we can always be so hard on ourselves, we can always beat up on ourselves, but it's about finding that peace within and really going internally here and doing that inner work on yourself to change those thoughts and that voice and turn it into a positive. So
100% flip the script.
yeah, finding that peace within.
Second card is Dream Traveler. Now that's a pretty card.
I love the water.
Yeah, it's a ripper. I feel for this card is being clear and not setting an intention, but being clear of your dreams and then going to that dream place, that dream that whatever it is that you want to achieve, go to that place. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What can you hear? What can you see? Like, put yourself in that moment of that dream coming true, and then that amplifies that for you to eventually get to that place, that dream. That's what I'm getting from that card, is really amplify that dream and travel to that place that you want to go, or travel to that moment where you have more money or better health or land or whatever that dream is. Put yourself in that moment and really get those senses and those feelings going towards it. It really amplifies that. And I feel like with the water and the waterfall and that, you can put yourself in that moment and cleanse the rocks on your feet that are holding you back from taking that step towards the dream. And I feel like that's just cleansing that to get you to that dream place. You're letting that all go.
I also feel it's also a little bit in there of finding that dream place within you that is like your peace, in a sense, to relate it back to the other card, in a sense of it may not be a physical place, it may not be a goal or something that you're working towards. It may just feel like home inside. So it's a matter of being able to go to that peace in your mind, that is sort of like a dream, and be able to travel there when things are going on externally, whatever it may be. You can go to that place and just be still and be calm and not have to worry about what's going on externally and
Sit in solitude.
yeah. Because we all have that place within us. I know mine, and I'm sure you know yours. It's a matter of finding that place within you so that you can travel there whenever you need to escape.
Well said. And then that would this third card sums up the other two. Walking in beauty. That's a pretty awesome card. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel, isn't it? Like that light's so bright. It's like a light at the end of the tunnel, you know. I think they all sort of just make sense, you know. This is the future outcome. It's like you find the peace, you travel to the dream, and then you walk in beauty, walk in alignment of that.
Even find that in inner beauty as well. Walking in beauty is just finding the little moments in every day and in the present moment that is beautiful, because they're all around, and it's a matter of being able to see that and really acknowledge that instead of, you know, I watched something the other day and it said you can always find the negative in anything, can always find the negative. But when you find the positive, that's when things really start to shift, because that's when you start to see everything as a positive. Because I mean, you know, there's always a negative, there's always something negative, there's always something bad, there's all, you know, but I feel like for us, we need to be looking at the positive. What are we learning from this experience? What are we gaining from this experience? What is this teaching us? How can we turn this how can we turn this negative into a positive? That is true alignment right there. And I know that's something that I have really worked on to be able to see a lot more of the positives in the negative situation, because there's always going to be a negative. But to find the positive, that's where it's at.
Great.
So I will jump in here and I'll go to my next card from one of my favorite card decks, which is the Healing Waters Oracle. It is one of my favorite card decks. You guys all know that I love this card deck and that I'm so connected to water. I love this card because it's the Sweet Waters. It's about sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance, which yeah, it's when I see that balance, I see the balance of the feminine and masculine, the balance of, similar to some of Nathan's cards, of finding that inner peace, finding that balance inside, and not be too negative and not be too positive, but just have that right balance. Is so important, you know, to have that, to be balanced and find the enjoyment in life again, and find what makes you happy, what makes you light up, what makes you sing. Romance and sensuality, you know, I feel like that's always going to be in there, as being more romantic and more loving and more caring to yourself first before you can do that for someone else. Which is actually a really good segue into my last card.
Here we go.
From my other favorite card deck, which is Whispers of Love. So this card is act as if your partner is here.
Hello.
Which is a beautiful message, especially if you're single like us, you know, whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them, which is so important, because, you know, when you get into a relationship, you always want to consider the other person's feelings and emotions, and always consider them. And I think this card is such an important card for the week, you know, especially if you're single. Even if you're not, just always consider that other person, you know. I think in this society, I've noticed that being selfish is a little bit more celebrated, in a sense, and not being more considerate and understanding of others is, you know, is sort of not as important, when it so is. You know, I always say put yourself first, but I say that because if you're someone who continues to put others first, continues to you know, continues to help others in any way they can, you're draining your cup. And to be able to continue to do that, you need to be able to put yourself first sometimes and go, hey, I need to work on me. I need to do what I need to do to fill my cup back up, so then I can help you, because that is so important. And that's why, you know, if you're watching this, you might think, well, you know, you might think I'm contradicting myself there, but they are so separate things. They are two separate things. And I feel like, yeah, always consider that other person. And especially as you start to come into a relationship, in a new relationship, in a friendship even, consider them as well. Don't always come from your hurt or your pain. Don't always look at a situation from your perspective. Sometimes it helps to be able to think, well, not think, but like look at the situation from the other person, and it helps you to understand how they're feeling and why they feel that way. And that just helps all relationships really. So yeah, act as if your partner is here. So if you're single, act as if they are here, because in some way they are, even if they're not here in the physical, in some way they are here. So definitely interesting cards, interesting reading for the week. I think a lot of them kind of blended in with each other. Definitely going to be an interesting week. We've got Christmas tomorrow, so definitely a lot of love and connection, and definitely a lot of interesting energy around tomorrow for a lot of us. So yeah, I hope you guys all have a really good Christmas. Have a really awesome holiday period. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for the weekly reading, and we can find out what's in store for what's coming up in the new year as well. So hope you guys have an awesome, awesome week. And yeah, enjoy.
See you
Bye.
later.